Before we blast off, we'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the lands on which we are broadcasting from, the Wurundjeri and Woiwurrung people of the Kulin Nation and the Whadjuk people of the Noongar Nation. We pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging. Sovereignty was never ceded, and this always was and always will be Aboriginal land.
You're listening to the Buckland Broadcast to Space.
Hello, and welcome to Buckland's Broadcast to Space,
the only show that keeps you up to date with Earth matters
and matters from across the whole galaxy.
This time on the show, we'll be introducing you to some of the most talented beings living in your metro area.
I'm predicting an oozing of star power all over the ship floor. Today, we'll be enlightening you to all the glory details of this week's news cycle.
And we hit the streets with our travel correspondent, Ryan. This week's theme is conflict versus confit, so call up with your points of debate.
Stay tuned to the Buckland Broadcast to Space.
Oh, so loud!
Noisy. This is the Buckland Broadcast
Honk Report.
Today's Honk Report? Dire news. Honks are out of fashion.
The numbers are crunched. It's a two-honk household and is reflective of a growing trend.
It begs the question, are we moving away from a honky-tonk kind of town?
I'm honk freezing this season.
Hey, good for you.
You're listening to the Buckland Broadcast to Space.
News. And now it's time.
For the news report.
It's news time, baby.
Breaking news. The dinosaurs are coming. Advanced communication received. Their terms put the bones back in the ground.
Archaeologists won't have a field day with that one.
Definitely harbouring some skeletons in their closet. A shocking discovery made by undercover journalists from the ICSCT. Headlights contain actual human heads.
Actual human heads?
Actual human heads, Buckland.
And new research coming from Swinburne University suggests that umming is more therapeutic than R-ing. Incredible. Who would have thought?
In local news, wastelands have never looked better. The rodent community of the Tamala Park Waste Management Centre are now surviving off discarded compostable containers and Lululemon activewear. They are fit, fabulous, and growing an extra arm.
Ghastly goose runs rampant, honking unkindly at groundskeepers and civilians around Supreme Court Gardens. If you have been a victim of this hateful goose, please call 1-800-THIS-GOOSE-GOT-ME.
Update on the national shortage. Who has been eating all the hash browns? We cross now to our street correspondent who has caught someone in the act.
I'm Egbert Benedict, and were you just eating a hash brown? Ah!
You're listening to the Buckland Broadcast to Space.
We welcome to the ship our first guest of all time.
The inconceivable great statue.
We on the spaceship are big fans of your work.
Thank you for having me on the show, and before we get started, what does this button do?
Nothing.
So I can press it.
Well, that's Ficus's private button. He said doom would befall any who push upon.
I won't press it. I
Oh no.
God.
Good
What have
one.
you done?
Oh.
No.
Forgive us, Ficus, for we have sinned. Confessional with Ficus.
I can't stand that grass-loving, moss-licking Buckland. No, this is my confessional and I wish to speak. It feels like no one on this ship listens to me anymore. Stop interrupting. Thank you. All I'm trying to do is get back to Homeworld. I write songs every day, songs I know that the galaxy will love, songs that will make me adored everywhere. I write something and Buckland doesn't even congratulate me. No, great sonic exploration, Buckland. No, that's incredible, Buckland. You're amazing. Nothing at all. It's like I've not even written a song. I work tirelessly every single day while Buckland just sits there. No contribution, nothing. They can't even keep this ship in check. All of my cables keep going missing. There's grass everywhere. I just can't be excellent. I can't be incredible under these circumstances. Buckland is lazy, good for nothing, and useless. They're like a putrid smell from the underneath of my arm.
A putrid smell from the underneath of your arm.
Ficus, I said those things in confidence.
That's it.
That was fine, right?
It wasn't as smooth as interviews I'm usually used to.
Well, sorry, we're not doing it. Moving on. Can you show us your best cry of pain, great statue?
The statue has experienced many moments of agonizing pain, anguish, heartbreak. The pains of the West Coast blues. I have felt it all, but the statue would never stoop so low as to recreate anguish, pain for the sake of what? The entertainment of others? No, I shall not share with you this.
I see. Well, then allow me to pry, great statue. Have you ever thought about me, Buckland?
I've considered you. I've seen your work. And although it is not up to the standard of the statue, we have shared some moments together, such as the album launch of the statue, which Buckland kindly played, and I will support those efforts.
Well, thank you, great statue, and I must say, it was an honour to be involved in such a spectacle. Now, you spoke about the West Coast blues. Great statue, let me ask you this. Why did you write a song like that?
Have you experienced the West Coast blues, Buckland?
I don't believe I have.
Where to begin? It is, as I said, agonizing. For those who haven't experienced it, maybe listening to the song will give them a sense of this experience that I have lived through, that many others have lived through also. And it is, how do you say, a song that highlights also the enemy of the West Coast, which is, of course, the East Coast.
Ah, I see. A new enemy reveals its three-pronged head. Now moving on to something different. Buckland and I were both there on Killer Nortatago, but do you wish to explain to the folks at home what you saw from your perspective, great statue?
Do not get me started on Killer Nortatago, Buckland. This is inappropriate for an interviewer to be asking me this. In fact, it is very classified information.
Well, I didn't mean to offend, but perhaps a segue to a topic not so far removed to the prior. What inspires you to be evil, and why, great statue?
Inspiration comes from many places. I take inspiration from the concrete, the air I breathe, the wind through my very slicked hair, which is difficult to perceive because it's extremely slicked. If you touch it, it's like a helmet on my head. But being evil is not so much the goal as being everyone's most hated and loved celebrity. It's easy to be everyone's enemy when you're so good at what you do, everyone hates you for it. And you know what I say, it's as much for the haters as it is for the lovers. It's for everyone. Hate me, love me. You can't deny the statue is the statue.
Well, thank you for your articulate and passionate responses, great statue. We're going to cut now to one of your songs. This is West Coast Blues.
broadcast to space.
That was West Coast Blues by Great Statue, and thank you for joining us on the ship today. We hope to see you very soon.
Well, yes, I suppose we will see each other sometime soon.
Buckland, there's another button on the control panel. I want you to press it. The world deserves to know how I really feel.
I really don't think that's important, Buckland. It's not necessary at all.
I can sense some tension. And while I value passion, intensity, I feel like this collaborative partnership is not working.
Just push the button.
Forgive us, Ficus, for we have sinned. Confessional with Ficus.
Ficus, I need to talk to you. I don't know how to start, but I've been thinking about this for so long now, and I'm fed up with holding it in. My ship exhaust feels blocked with what seems like this thick, bubbling hate. Yeah, well, maybe hate is harsh, but I just can't work with them anymore. The music is just so... it's too homeworld. It doesn't speak to the people here. They don't understand it, and Buckland certainly doesn't understand them. Well, no, if they just took a moment to stop and smell the flowers here, maybe they would understand a little better, but it's always homeworld this and homeworld that, and Buckland, why aren't the primary thrusters repaired? You're the engineer here. It's almost like you want to stay on this godforsaken planet. Yeah, well, I know we need the primary thruster, but this world needs music more. Well, yeah, you're right. Maybe it is time to go solo.
You're listening to the Buckland broadcast to space.
So what? It's me in charge of my life again. It's like I'm forgetting all the things that I wanna do. Forgot all the words to you. All my favorite songs. When I'm all blue, what's Joni gonna do for me? Can't fight. She'll be alright. She'll be right. It's like we've been leaving every room, every door unlocked. I've come all this way to find balsamic ice cream songs. Sticky shirt, not mine. Spotty, yucky shoes, why me? Chain falls off my bike when I'm riding home. Grease marks on my new shirt and my jacket sleeves. Bumps in pavement make me fall to my knees. Birch collection living in my memory. Mum's birthday, it came and went. I forgot it again. Sorry, Mum.
off my bike when I'm riding home. Grease marks on my new shirt and my jacket sleeves. Bumps in pavement make me fall to my knees. Verge collection living in my memory. Chain falls off my bike when I'm riding home. Grease marks on my new shirt and my jacket sleeve. Bumps in pavement make me fall to my knees. Birch collection living in my memory.
You're listening to the Buckland broadcast to space.
Wait a minute. Who sings that song?
Oh, you don't know them.
It sounded suspiciously like you, Buckland.
And now it's time for travel.
We've sent our travel correspondent Ryan to one of Earth's favourite travel destinations. This time, we've organised a fun day in the sun day at the picturesque Scarborough beachfront. This message was not sponsored or condoned by the City of Stirling or any entities involved with or in conjunction to. Travel.
With Buckland. Hello, Ryan. Tell me where you are right now.
The ocean,
And which ocean would that be exactly?
Scarborough Beach.
Right. Ryan, what can you see?
The rolling white caps of the Indian Ocean, just trickling onto the sand.
You got to give us a little more, Ryan.
We're talking maybe 20 to 30 banners, which are all next to little marquees. You'd almost describe it as a royal show at the beach.
Like a royal show at the beach. That sounds absolutely incredible.
Tell us about these marquees, Ryan.
We've got some marquees. We've got some corporate marketing materials, very, very present.
Absolutely sensational. How exciting. Now, Ryan, how does the ocean feel?
I haven't touched it yet.
Well, go touch it. But before you do, can you give us an estimate of the temperature of the water for Buckland's Temperatures of the Earth mini-mag?
I'm going to say like 12 degrees centigrade.
A wonderful estimate. Now, Ryan, it's time for you to enter the ocean. And how is it, Ryan?
Whoa, getting deep. It's good. Yeah, it's nice.
Absolutely thrilling. Now, Ryan, do you have a temperature estimate now that you have experienced the ocean?
I'm going to raise it. It wasn't 12. That was pre-touch. 12 pre-touch. Post-touch, I'm going to say closer to 17.
That's definitely one for the book. Looks like this globe is officially warming.
We're wrapping up with you now, Ryan, but before we do, if Scarborough Beach was a piece of footwear, what would it be?
Maybe like those, like the big chunky like DC shoes and like Etnies. Like that, but like not a new pair, not box fresh, kind of, it's stale.
That doesn't sound like a glowing review, Ryan. If you think so poorly of Scarborough Beach, why did you come?
Well, the travel correspondent's going to correspond.
Straight from the horse's mouth, like a royal show on the beach, but also a pair of used Etnies. Thanks for joining us, Ryan. Enjoy the rest of your time at Scarborough Beach.
Over and out.
Well said. A man of few words. And now, for a Buckland with many, this is Dancing Alone, a new single by Buckland.
out of me. The light that burns brightly returns to dark eventually. I said love is a tender thing, but its fragility is driving me insane. Don't wanna feel this pain again. Oh no, never again. You God might just smite me and I wouldn't know what to say. 'Cause these feelings are real and I'm sending the seal of my love your way. But baby, I've been hurt before and I'm having trouble letting go. Gotta give this love light and let it grow before I'm dancing alone. Oh no, oh no.
Is it still real if you feel my choking or what's left of your attention? There's tension between what I want and what you need. If it's not me,
You're listening to the Buckland broadcast to space.
A celebrity from Perth?
A celebrity from Perth.
And now for the section of the show where we interview more celebs from the Perth metro area. This time we have Delivery Boy talking to you live from the ship.
Delivery boy, have you ever been on a ship as nice as this before?
I've not. No, you have a very nice ship.
Well, thank you so much. We really do go to an effort.
Now, Delivery Boy, intergalactic violence aside, which planet do you want?
Which planet do I want? What do I want to own?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind owning Jupiter.
Great choice.
Buckland, make the necessary arrangements with Ficus. No, I don't care what's there already. The least we can do is offer a gift to our wonderful guest. Make it happen, okay? And on owning a planet, just a quick follow-up. What is your go-to tool of destruction?
I'm going to say a multi-tool with every size of Allen key, as well as a screwdriver, both a Phillips and a flathead.
Incredible. It looks like I've got some things I need to add to the arsenal.
Next up, we're going to go to a song by you, Delivery Boy, but before we do you care to announce it for the audience?
This is my theme song.
You're listening to the Buckland broadcast to space.
That was Courier's Theme by Delivery Boy, and we are happy to have them here in the spaceship with us today. Now, Delivery Boy, who makes those sounds?
My floating boy makes those sounds.
So that's what I've been seeing on those lonely nights when the sun dips below the horizon. So tell us, what's this song about in 5 words or less?
It was about an intolerance to...
Thank you! This episode, the theme of the show is conflict or confee, and we've asked our audience to call in and tell us what they think. But, Delivery Boy, what about you? Conflict or confee?
Confit carrots. Confit carrots and garlic.
Delicious. I can imagine it would be difficult fitting that all into pill form, though. I think, as Bucklands, we must stick with conflict. But tell us, who inspires you to be evil?
The void. The void hurts me.
Excellent. Now I want you to picture the void. Hold it right in the center of your psyche. Feel its presence. Feel the presence of nothingness, of vacuum, of blackness, of space, and deliver upon us your most harrowing cry of pain.
Delivery Boy, have you made any notable deliveries lately?
I once prepared chocolate mousse that I hand whisked the cream for. It was about 30% dark chocolate, 70% caramelized white chocolate. I served it in a little ramekin with vanilla cream and chopped up granita biscuit, crushed granita biscuit from a biscuit company who makes heaps of biscuits. I dropped it to my friend down the road, about 100 meters away, in a Coles insulated bag, at a time in which no one could leave their houses. A contraband cargo.
Intriguing. I'll have to remember that you have experience in transporting contraband when the intergalactic shipping lanes open up here on Earth.
Now, speaking of cream and mousses...
Before I go any further, I think the plural for mousse would be meese.
Tell us about your homeworld.
My homeworld is incredibly windy. It's covered in dairy farms. We have wind-resistant dairy cows. The only native animal on my homeworld. I was unfortunate enough to be born lactose intolerant, so I can't be fueled by the delicious product that is milk, which these wind-resistant dairy cows produce. I had to construct my house to be particularly wind-resistant, as I myself couldn't gain these wind-resisting powers. A higher wind defense, if you will, was something of which I was omitted, which led to a really dormant state for me. I was put into a deep sleep for thousands of years until I was woken up by my little floating boy.
Well, you mentioned that you aren't native to what you call your homeworld, but do you have any early memories of arriving there?
I remember a train station and a vending machine serving comfy carrots.
Another question. Buckland and I were there on Killanor-Tatago when the great tragedy occurred, but there are always two sides to every story. So do you care to elaborate?
Killanor-Tatago. I've suppressed that.
And on that note, thank you for joining us on the ship today, delivery boy. Before we let you go, we've finally got our caller on the line to tell you all about their thoughts on conflict or confit. This is Jess from Netherlands. Hi Jess, tell us, conflict or confit?
Confit? Confit? What is confit to a being? Nutrients? A little taste rolling down your tongue? Confit doesn't move the masses. Nobody shed a tear for confit. Conflict? Conflict burns in the heart of a warrior. Conflict is rebellion in the heart of a beast. We are the beast, and conflict wills us out of our hole, our tiny, wet, dingy hole that we are destined to die in.
Thanks.
No. Thank you.
You're listening to the Buckland Broadcast to Space.
We're Buckland, and we'd like to thank our guests on the show today.
Jess from Netherlands. Thanks for calling up, I guess.
Delivery boy, what a delight to see you in the flesh.
Great statue. Very statuesque. Don't you think, Buckland?
Affirmative. And of course, our travel correspondent, Ryan.
Tune in next time for another Broadcast to Space.